Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Not Sword Art Online Odd, because I'm not running this show right now. I'm just introducing it. So say hi, Snow.
Hey.
Right. So basically what happened is after you guys finished going through the labyrinth under the mountain, you were greeted by Darius, and after a numerous number of stressful situations, you decided you need a break. So you were escorted back up into Castle Rimidolf, where you met a number of familiar faces. Surprisingly enough, Clerk Kent's here.
Hello.
You were walking up into your guest rooms, and passing you through the hall as you were going back to take your stead for the evening, you ran into Clerk Kent.
Oh, hey, Clerk Kent. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just passing through, grabbing some things from my bathroom.
Wait, what? This is the bathroom?
Oh, yes. This whole dimension is in my bathroom. And didn't you know that you got lost in it several times not too long ago, right?
I have a terrible sense of direction. I honestly didn't even realize. That's amazing.
I mean, that's what makes the most sense. I was worried that you got lost in like a 5x5 cubic room.
You know, that actually explains a lot.
I actually live in this bathroom. Everything else is just a front.
A storefront?
Yes.
Wait, so do you just go to the bathroom like
Anywhere?
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, well, Clerk Kent, we were just getting ready to go sit down at the table in Wilson's room. We were going to play another session with the Dungeons and Doggies, if you wanted to join us.
Oh, how exciting. I happen to have my character sheet from last time with me right here.
He brings it to the bathroom. It's where he does his best thinking.
I think he might have been expecting
This is true.
He might have been
He
expecting
might have been
it.
hoping to run into us in the bathroom. It's possible.
Wait, maybe he just knows what's going on in the bathroom.
Anything is possible in here.
It's like a part of him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, come on, guys. I got the session all ready. R.A. Ugwin, I know you got your characters all set. And Wilson, you leveled up yours.
I leveled up Copper to level 5.
And Clerk Kent, did you happen to level your character?
I did.
Oh, impressive.
He anticipated this.
I am at level 5, yes.
My character float.
I don't
I don't think so.
Ugh,
Your paper's floating, but
This-
that's about it.
this sucks.
So you all make your way back to Wilson's room, and you set up around a reasonably sized table in front of a fireplace with Snow seated at the head, and she starts to unfurl a giant binder filled with papers and sets up a little screen to cover everything from your eyes. As you peer over to her, you wait for her to start the adventure.
This is a handmade screen. It's hand-carved mahogany.
Oh,
It was made from the
when
hoof
did you
doors.
get that? Oh,
Pretty.
did you have them make that while we were in the labyrinth?
Yeah.
What?
All right. So get your listening ears on, guys.
All right, put him on.
Okay. I feel like I'm going to be a better GM this time. I promise. Wilson and Ugwin, sit upright and look at me.
I'm sorry, his character sheet's very distracting.
it's
Okay.
lighting up.
I don't know why his dog has 2-weapon fighting. Like, how is he gonna hold 2 weapons?
I don't even know what a dog is.
What do you mean?
I'm very confused
I'm sorry.
about this whole
He
thing.
has two hand axes.
I think I saw a flail
tail
as well.
flail.
I
A
just-
tail
I chose
flail.
whatever resonated
And a
with
battle
me, okay?
axe.
Ugwin, you missed the opportunity. You could have been Nugget.
Oh.
But Nugget's a Compsognathus. That's
I'm
not a
offended
dog.
at
You
that,
could've-
actually.
You could
You
have
could've-
played.
He could have just
Nugget
put on
has a
like a
dog.
You know
tail.
what? I might leave. All right. How dare you compare Nugget to that?
Anyway.
Wow.
All righty. With every step, the snow crunches underfoot, and every so often a speck of red interjects itself into the white blanket. Screams echo across the frozen air. The children romp through the hibernal landscape, throwing, with much force, the red snowberries that dot around the village perimeter, and with that youthful virility, leave behind a bloody trail of imagined massacre, combat, and adventure. 4 years have passed since the villagers of Nuspira mysteriously vanished, leaving behind their possessions and animals, and then suddenly reappeared a week later with no recollection of their disappearance. Over the last several years, even more strange events have cropped up, as if some greater force was at work. Many of the beasts that were once considered dumb began to speak and act as those of a higher awareness. An unknown illness, dubbed nightmare fever, began to spread, where sleep became restless and the mind clouded by terrors. In the night, strange creatures prowled the forests, and rumors spread that if one ventured into the forest after dusk, they would soon meet their untimely fate. As we pan over the scene and observe the village teeming with activity, we see 2 familiar faces trotting along the streets. Yes, Wilson.
Oh, I was just a little, because me and my master normally slept outside in the woods because we're druids.
Yeah.
Did we have to, actually get a house?
You had to live in the village after a little while.
Oh, wow, that's kind of concerning. Okay.
Could just sleep on the roof.
We could have slept in the trees.
Sure, you slept
Your
in some
house
trees.
could have been the trees.
How did you get up there, though?
He
You
jumped.
floated.
He made like a pulley system.
He probably
No,
made a pulley
no,
system. We have a
he,
tree house somewhere out there.
He shape changed into like a bird. and
Oh, I
flew.
could have wild shaped into a bird.
Okay.
Wait, no, I can't fly yet.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
jumping animal.
Wilson, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Copper looks like now and what he's been doing over the past 4 years?
Oh, well, Copper was really young before, so I mean, I guess he's around about 7 years old now. So he's gotten a little bigger, a little bit more age worn. He's starting to get some little gray hairs on his little muzzle now. He's still cute as always. His big droopy ears are flopping about. And he still has his one favorite stick. It's been with him for 4 years. It's pretty impressive. Hasn't
Amazing.
rotted yet.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. How about you, Clark Kent? What about Spark? What's he look like now? What has he been doing over the past 4 years?
Oh, Spark is just he was even younger back then. He was 1, so he's 5 now, and he's in the prime of his physical condition. And mostly he spends his time helping out the blacksmith.
Did he adopt anyone else?
No, just the blacksmith.
It's just still the blacksmith? No
Did
kid?
the blacksmith develop a flame for a woman and adopt a child?
That's how that works. We adopt children.
That's how children come into existence. They're just adopted. Okay. Well, as you two are trotting along the streets, you're approached by several children. Both of you can make perception checks.
You're looking at 20 total.
And what do you have, Clark Kent?
14.
Okay. So, Clark Kent, you see these 4, both of you actually see these 4 children who are looking upon you very eagerly. You see John, the local butcher's son, with his scraggly red hair and freckles, holding what smells like scraps of jerky tightly in one fist. Julia, his sister, who has far more unkempt hair, stands at the ready with snowballs in each of her hands, but a strange scent kind of catches your attention. And Wilson, as Copper kind of sniffs around the air in hopes of recognizing that mysterious odor, which you really hope is more jerky, a black form catches your eye. And as you look closer, you realize that it's Jack the stray cat, standing.
Okay. I was worried there. I thought there was going to be those dream nappers again or whatever we fought. We could about to slaughter some innocent children in the first 5 seconds of this.
Wait, I thought we didn't remember those.
What?
You don't remember
What do you
those.
mean we don't remember that?
We don't remember anything from them.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, we don't.
Nope.
Oh, this is going to make this a lot weirder.
Okay. So you see Jack, the stray cat, standing on top of the roof next to a nearby alley. The moment his eyes catch yours, he flicks his tail, turns, and begins to run along the alley's roof. But the children are persistent. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's go play. And one of them throws a snowball at you in hopes that you'll go after it.
Kill him.
I bite the snowball.
Okay. Spark hungrily bites at the snowball. Also, I guess your mouth is drooling a little bit from that jerky. But you guys can roll an insight check.
We do those here, except I don't actually. I'm lying. All right, Snow. Looks like it's going to be a 12.
My insight is terrible. 13.
Okay. It just seems like Jack is just kind of running along the alleys, doing his own thing, minding his own business.
I walk up to the red-haired scraggly boy.
Okay.
I sit in front of him and I start howling.
Oh, no. Copper, no. Bad boy. Shh, gotta be quiet. And he waits. And he hands you a piece of jerky.
All right, I do the butt wag.
Okay, you do a butt wag. Okay, so you're wagging your tail.
He didn't say his tail, Snow. He said his butt.
Well, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Corgis don't have tails. They have, like, nothing. They have
He's
stubs.
not playing a corgi. What?
I'm not a corgi. What is...
Wait.
He's not a corgi.
Oh,
I'm a Shiba.
I'm so sorry. You're Shiba.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's doing the Shiba wag.
The little Shiba dance.
The Shiba
All right.
dance.
Julia laughs heartily as you dance, and she offers you a piece of jerky. And she says, more, do another one. Do another trick.
I do a flip.
You do a flip. Okay, roll acrobatics, please.
I roll a 9.
Okay, you try to do a flip, and you get about halfway jumping up, and you kind of land on your back and kind of just roll over. But you get a piece of jerky.
Success.
Nonetheless. But as you guys are continuing to play with the children for a little bit, the scent continues to grow stronger.
Right. We get advantage on passive on perception for smelling, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I do perception smell.
Oh, I've got a 21, Snow.
I also have a 21.
Nice. Okay. So, as you guys continue to play, you catch the scent, and it reminds you of salt and fish.
Oh my gosh, is Stars back? Went to find his master on a boat 4 years ago, never came back.
I thought he turned into a human.
All right. But you guys are continuing to smell this, and it grows stronger and stronger, and you get this urge to follow it because of the scent being so strong. It actually starts to kind of overwhelm your senses.
I follow the scent. Well, Copper would follow the scent.
I follow Copper.
As you follow the scent, you realize that you're following down the same alley that Jack was going down.
Spark. Something smells fishy.
Does this seem familiar to you?
But you realize that the scent is still growing stronger, and you begin to notice a humming sound that permeates the air. And while it is a strange noise, it feels as though it hangs on the edge of your memory. Familiar, yet unknown. As you reach the end of the alley, you see a tall wall of blue swirling color, and at the right side of its base, a man leans up against the building, observing the area. After a moment, he spots you and begins to approach. I was wondering when you two were going to show up. He looks around, counts with his fingers.
And I bark inquisitively.
He kind of just sighs and he says, I know you guys can speak. Go
What?
on,
Who?
use your words.
Who are you?
How do you know? How do you know this?
What? Where? When? Why?
That's right. You don't have your memories back yet.
What do you mean?
What do you mean yet? What are you talking about?
He says, where's the rest of you?
We are the rest of us.
Yeah, who are you talking about?
As you guys say that, Jack jumps down on top of one of the boxes that is leaning up against the building, and he hops down.
You mean the other two? I heard through the grapevine that the large black one took off after his master, and the other puny one, well, she offed her master. In essence, they're not here anymore.
He rolls onto his back, and it stretches.
What are you doing here? What do you want?
Oh, Jack, black cat, bad luck.
Yes, you remember that Jack, the black cat, was always an omen of bad luck.
Oh my gosh, it's Jack Black.
The worst part is I didn't realize this until you just said that. Thank you.
Oh god. You're welcome, Snow.
Jack Black's a bad omen.
Oh my god.
Great.
So the man who's standing there kind of looks a little leery at the cat and then looks at you guys.
So who are you?
There really are a lot more of you now.
If you need more, we could just, go find some elves.
Yeah, wait.
Well, me and my master have been helping a number of awakened animals go to the elves because I heard it was safe there.
That's not where we'll be going. Besides, I have a few others that will be aiding us. Anyway.
Aiding us
Aiding us with what?
He kind of turns his head and he strokes his chin a little bit, which you notice has a little bit of scruff of hair there. And he just kind of mumbles under his breath.
Dog hearing. Activate. Crit.
Okay.
Snowy,
6.
crit. Snow, it's a 20.
Good job, Wilson.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
job. Oh.
Thanks. So yeah, I crit.
I noticed nothing.
Yeah,
At least you can do something.
you don't really
right?
catch
Thanks,
what
man.
he says under his breath, but Copper does. And you just hear him mumble,
The old man was right.
What did he say?
What?
What did he say?
Nothing.
Something about an old man.
What old man? Is
I
old
don't
man
know.
in the village?
I know a lot of old guys. My master's kind of old.
So is mine. Hey, you. Are you talking about our masters?
No, I'm not talking about your masters.
Are
I'm
you talking about your master?
kind of, but not really.
Do you have a master?
Are you a good boy?
I'm gonna roll for that.
Roll to see if you're a good boy.
That was a will save. He laughs and he says,
Not exactly a good boy, but I am a male. Anyway, I need you guys to come with me.
and he gestures to the blue portal that is behind him.
But what about our masters?
They'll be okay. They'll be fine.
Are you going through the blue portal?
Well-
He gestures to it and he kind of nudges and he says,
I'll explain everything, but we need to go.
Can you explain it now?
I'll explain it once we go through the portal. There are too many ears.
But where's the portal going?
Yeah,
Somewhere safe.
but here's safe.
But
But here is not where we need to be.
how do you know? What do you know? Why aren't you telling us?
But I mean, like, why do you need us to go? Why couldn't it be like anyone else?
Yeah, why us?
he reaches into his pack that is on his hip and he pulls out his hand and he
Ooh,
throws
jerky.
something at your faces. So like a white mist or a dust. Both of you roll a will save.
Ah, pocket sand.
Wait, what is a will save?
It would just be a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom?
saving throw.
23 snow.
23?
Yeah.
11.
11? Okay. Spark, you immediately just kind of just drop to the ground and you are now unconscious, sleeping. Copper, you feel very, very like woozy and tired and you're
Did
finding
you
it very
throw bad
difficult.
shrooms at me?
And he walks over and he picks up Spark and he says, do you want me to carry you or am I going to have to, just make sure you don't die as you go through?
This is dog napping.
He goes over and he starts to pick you up.
It's like floating.
Yeah, you feel a little woozy there. Okay. And he steps through the blue portal. All right. We did it. You made it past the first part. Good job, Wilson. Good job,
wait.
Kurt.
Oh, we were what if we were being kidnapped by like the evil people?
You could be.
You know, when you said dog napping, I legit thought like actually like a napping dog, not like as in kidnapping.
Yeah.
Now you are a dog napping.
Now you,
Yeah, because I was already dog napping.
Oh, geez. The moment you guys step through the portal, you are greeted by a blast of warm air and the lush scent of spring. Fields of flowers and verdant grass surround the area, and at the center, you see a tall tower enclosed by shrubberies. Again, it feels familiar, and yet you cannot recall why. Yes, Wilson?
Oh, I was just wondering because you said it smells like spring. What season are we actually in?
Well, you guys were in winter.
Why is it spring?
Well, you guys were in winter.
Hey,
They were
is it the
throwing
shrooms
snowballs.
or is it warm in here?
Bones sets you down on the ground, and he continues to carry Spark in his arms. He says, welcome back to Dream Island. According to Sandy, you should be getting your memory back soon.
Who, what, where, when, why?
So Bones begins walking towards the tower, and he gestures towards you to come after him. He says, everything will be a lot clearer once we get closer. Probably.
Do you have any food?
He reaches into his pack and he starts dropping like small treats behind him as he walks.
Ooh, do you have any bones?
He turns and looks really quizzically at you, thinking you might have remembered something, but then he realizes you're being very serious.
All right, I follow the snacks and start gobbling them up as I walk towards the tower.
Both of you, actually, no, one of you make a perception check. One of you is going to make that Constitution saving throw.
7.
So
if it's sight based,
Spark will make a Constitution saving throw.
it was sight based. Don't worry. 7 for sight based perception.
All right. Copper, as you're looking around, you see all the flowers and everything kind of all around you. You kind of prance through them off the path and just kind of roll around a little bit. And Spark, did you make that Constitution saving throw? I mean, Clark Kent.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. You kind of start to wake up a little bit. You're a little drowsy.
Oh, what was that? That was a very weird pocket sand.
It was sleep powder.
Never been hit with pocket lint
Sleep
like that
powder.
before.
It's not pocket lint. It's sleep powder. Sandy gave it to me.
Who's Sandy?
Sounds like you should moisturize.
It sounds somewhat familiar.
Spark you can now roll a perception check.
Smell or
Perception, just regular perception,
17.
looking around. Okay. Spark, as you wake up from your sleepiness and you're starting to get your balance, the man puts you down. You notice that he has like that scruffy dark hair, recently trimmed. Now you are walking along the path and seeing all the flowers. You realize that there are lots of small creatures frolicking around you, playing and grazing. And as you approach the tower, you realize that the shrubberies conceal a small garden that has a small sitting area and a fountain. And for a brief moment,
ooh, water.
as you get closer, you catch the scent of decay. And amongst the flowers, as you sniff through, you note that some have withered. The man approaches the front door to the tower, and there's like this really weird looking box thing that kind of looks familiar to you. He sits there for a few minutes entering a code, curses a few times until he finally gets it, and the door opens. As this door opens, the memories all come flooding back to you guys.
Wow, you suck at tic-tac-toe.
Shut up.
Probably because you don't have any bones.
It's nice to see you too. What was your name again? Copper?
What was your name again? Not Bones?
My name is Bones.
Oh, it is?
Yes, my name is Bones.
Bones.
Ironic because you don't have any.
God. It comes back.
Is this guy boneless?
Yeah.
No.
Huh.
Yeah, he doesn't give the
Yeah,
bones.
he
doesn't have
I
them.
asked him once if he had any bones, and he said no.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay.
Stop it, Wilson. He's not that funny.
It was pretty funny snow.
Okay, it's kind of funny. Okay. So Bones looks at you guys, and he, as you guys are going through, and, you know, you pass through the really awkward doors, you go into the one door and you come out into a field. You go back through that door, you end up in the bathroom. You go back through that door, you end up back in the field. And he turns around, looks very frustrated, goes back through the door, and multiple times you're having to go back through the doors until you finally get to where you're supposed to be.
Where's Sir Napsalot?
You mean the Sandman? Sandy?
Yeah, Sir Napsalot.
We're almost there, I think. This could take a while. So you guys are having to go back and forth through these doors. And Bones explains to you that throughout the 4 years that he's been here on the island, because, you know, you guys kind of were sent away while he was stuck here and there was no boat to get back. So he ended up working for the Sandman in order to, so he could go places. So he's been working for the guy for 4 years.
This poor guy.
Doing his bidding and fetching things and doing research and all this stuff. But as you
So
guys...
he found his calling.
He didn't really find his calling. You guys can roll if you want to ask Bones questions while you go, you can. But he just explained, he gives you a general gloss over.
Oh, wait. Where's Crystal? Where's Stars?
Yeah, where's the others?
I don't know. I wasn't able to find them. That's why I asked
So wait,
you guys.
is it just us two?
No, there's 2 others.
Where are they?
We're almost there.
What,
Maybe about 30
Why?
more doors and we might get there.
Well,
And he kind of curses and kicks the door.
You've worked here for 4 years and you don't know what door it is?
He hasn't fixed the door system yet.
Couldn't we just climb the
It's
tower?
just random. It's great.
All the rooms are randomly generated. So every time he walks through, it's he could end up back in water or something else. He opens up to the black door and out through a few tentacles and he slams it closed really quick. He's like, God dang, I hate that door. You walk through the door one last time and you end up in the final room that you guys were at on the last season when you met Sandman.
Mr. Napsalot! Do I see him?
Once again, you see that Bones stops and relaxes his posture. I brought them like you asked, Sandy. So the door is kind of against a wall. And as you step through, you do see that the wall is not attached to any other wall. It's just sitting in the middle of the floor. And over by the fireplace, you see an old man sitting, petting 2 very unfamiliar dogs. All right, Ugwin.
Oh, well, what's going on?
It's time to introduce your dog.
Okay. So my dog's an Alaskan Malamute. I'm playing Argus. He's a fighter, a level 5 fighter.
What does that look?
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about your
Oh,
dog's
right.
awakening, how he became an
Okay,
awakened
so-
doggie.
He fought.
You could read your character backstory. You could read it.
Oh,
The whole
Okay.
thing.
It looks really
I
long.
forgot that I wrote this.
Not that
I
bad.
don't write often, so. Okay, Argus was born in a cold place where he was originally trained as a sled dog. I don't really know what that means, but... However, this reality was short-lived when his people were attacked. A cruel necromancer plagued his village for years, sending attacks week after week. Argus helped fend off the enemies as best he could, but the undead army always reappeared. One day when hope was dwindling, Argus' mind focused. I'm sorry. My handwriting's really bad. He knew what he had to do. He went off in search of the source of this evil. After a long journey, he found a frail old man in a cave. I don't know why he had been there for so long. Chanting malevolently. The evil and powerful aura made Argus shudder, but he proceeded nonetheless, knowing that this was his people's only hope. After a short, gruesome battle, Argus had prevailed, but only just. Tibia in mouth, he set off on his way, knowing that others were in need of his help.
There's a small tear trickling down Snow's cheek.
So wait, quick
It's
question.
beautiful.
Were you awakened because you defeated the necromancer?
He was awakened because he had to do something
Okay.
to save his people.
And secondly, did you gnaw off the leg of the necromancer,
Oh,
or was
no.
or was his name, or was the necromancer's name Tibia? And you dragged his whole body.
I don't know his name. I doubt he introduced himself.
I mean, during the brief and gruesome combat, he could have said, "My name's Tibia," and like casted a spell or something. I don't know.
No, he took his tibia,
Okay, so you
which
literally.
he still has a piece of to this
Oh,
day.
that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Snow wipes away the tears. Shush, Wilson. It was beautiful. Such a selfless dog.
Argus is very strong, very independent. Yeah.
How old is he?
He is 6 years old.
Oh, Wilson, he's a good boy. He's a good boy, Wilson.
I rolled for that.
He's
Actually, he
okay.
is good.
He is okay.
Okay, he is a good boy. Okay.
He's decent.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Tell us a little bit about your angel.
No, you're getting a little over dramatic with these dogs here.
I love dogs.
My doggy is a shepherdie.
A what?
What is that?
Did you just word vomit?
It's like
Is
it kind
that
of
like-
looks like a mix between looks like a tiny wolf Pomeranian. They're black, like really, really black, and they're really cute.
What
They're
does
just
that look
tiny
like?
and fluffy.
See, I was just imagining a Sheila wearing a burqa.
A what?
A Sheila, a lady in Australia, wearing a burqa, a shaburqa.
They're tiny and they have like wolf faces and like really fuzzy poofy fur.
Are they called shaburkers because they bark a lot?
It's a shepherdie.
Oh. See, Wilson, you got the name wrong.
Okay, I was trying
Messed
to...
me up.
Sorry.
She's a level 5 rogue. Her name is Throdo Barkins.
Frodo.
Throdo.
Throdo.
Frodo Barkins.
That doesn't sound
Yeah.
very feminine.
You know what? My master was a warrior. Okay, shut up. It doesn't have to be
And
feminine.
yet you're a
He's-
rogue.
Yeah, he's
Okay, it's
kinda-
complicated.
There's a lot of problems there.
All right, then why
I
don't
will
you
tell you.
read
Yeah.
us that backstory?
My backstory.
Frodo slept peacefully by the fire, having been lulled to sleep by her master's soft snores. She was unaware of the approaching evil.
I love it.
Frodo woke to a bone-deep dread. Darkness blanketed the cottage, and the sharp scent of blood filled the air. Leaping into motion, she ran for her master's room. As she drew closer, the stench of blood and death nearly suffocated her. Whimpering, she forced herself to inch into the room. Seeing her master's lifeless body, she loosed a harrowing hell. Sorry, she...
She loosed a harrowing hell.
She let loose a harrowing howl.
Good
Sorry.
alliteration. Good alliteration.
I like it. I like it.
She's struggling because she normally speaks Elvish.
It's not
This is
Elvish.
Not Elvish.
This ain't that.
Yeah.
For days she lay by his side, unable to leave him, until one morning she woke with a new purpose. Because she was awakened.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I hear you.
She would hunt the one responsible for her master's death and kill him. Roar.
So we got a revenge story here.
Kind of sounds like Crystal's story. Except
What was
like,
Crystal's story?
oh, Crystal's story is that she's a tortured demon experiment, and then she made a pact with a demon after her master subjected her to multiple experiments and tortures. So
This
then she
doesn't sound
made a
anything
pact
like
with the
what-
demon in order
what?
to kill her master.
Uh,
Well, it's just another revenge story kind of thing. That's all I was thinking.
Anyways, yeah.
You know, is Crystal gonna be mad that I let her kill her master and she didn't get to do it herself?
She'll probably ask to explicitly say it out loud, and she probably wrote out the whole cinematic trailer for us.
Okay. Good job, guys. You did it. You described your doggies. You gave us a backstory. And now...
Wow, my nose and eyes smelled a lot about them, like all their past.
It's pretty impressive,
I
Wilson.
can sniff the future.
Rough.
I wear my past as a
Rough,
scent.
rough.
A rough
Bark.
life.
It was a very rough life.
Bark.
How many dog puns can we get into one episode?
At least 2.
Only 2?
At least.
After looking at the 2 dogs and, you know, somehow magically understanding their entire backstory somehow, which the dogs can't explain.
Might have been the
They
sleep
sniff
powder.
their butts.
Oh, you guys are going to sniff each other's butts?
No,
I'll walk up and sniff his
I'm
butt.
not sniffing anyone's butt.
my past is in my scent.
I nudge the old guy to make him pet me more.
Copper would walk up and sniff both of their butts.
Very friendly.
I kick him in the face.
You can't reach it.
You kick him in the
Checking.
face?
More like a twitch of my foot.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Like
I'll
a
take
foot
it.
twitch.
Like on purpose? Or just like it happens?
Just a reaction to
okay.
someone being so close.
Roll to hit.
I neg
Yeah.
crit.
Yeah, it's not happening.
So what happens is he goes to sniff your butt. You get a little bit of a leg twitch, and you actually twitch so hard your body flops onto the ground. Very hard. It makes a very loud thud.
What is wrong with you? Oh, sorry. Argus voice. What is wrong with you?
Everything is
Amazing.
wrong with me after the death of my master.
Oh no, it's another edgy one.
They're both edgy.
Oh no. Oh.
But anyway, yes, as you guys are looking these 2 up and down, stiffing their butts, you also notice that the man you remember from 4 years prior does not appear well. He is peaked and frail, and you see that as he moves to stand from his chair, he struggles momentarily. Okay, all right, okay.
Wait.
I gotta get my old man voice out
Wait,
again.
Do I know why I'm here?
Do we
Yes,
know why
you
we're
2
here?
are more... Actually, no, not at this point. He has not explained it. He's just been sitting there
How-
petting you
how
guys
did
and
I
giving you
get here?
treats.
Ugh,
You were
pet me
brought by
more.
bones, whether by
Treat.
force or by choice.
Okay. I would have probably gone along if he told me it was...
It was urgent.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
He told you it was urgent, and he told you
I
that...
would have been forced or bribed. Can be bribed.
Oh, he's been giving you, like, the old man's been giving you treats, and he's actually been sitting there reading you guys a bedtime story
Oh my god.
by the
This
fireplace.
person.
Yes, in front of the bear cloak. Or
But-
coat.
I didn't get a
Love-
bedtime story. I got a pocket sand in the face.
I
We're
did the same
special.
thing to her. I threw sand in her face, and then she got brought here. Do you want him to read you a bedtime story? Please, please, Bones. Is that his voice? I don't remember.
Kind of.
Like,
I can't remember.
No.
No,
No, it wasn't that.
no. It was something like this, right?
Yeah,
Wilson
I think
would
that.
know.
I think
All
so.
right. Yes, Wilson.
I'm trying to think.
This is closer to it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I've already forgotten how
Further
Argus
proof of his
sounds.
multiple
He
personality
was
problem.
somewhat confident. All right. Confident Wilson version 2.0. All right.
Oh, I don't want to see him play an RPG. It'd be scary.
Kilson?
Yeah.
Oh.
Welcome back, friends.
And he reaches out a hand and he goes to pet you guys. Do you let him?
Hey,
Yes.
Nap Man. Hey.
You say nut man?
Nap Man.
Nap man.
Nap.
oh, you're a funny one.
The sleepy man.
Are the dream-eating dark spirits here to, like, ruin the world?
They've been ruining the world
Yeah, so
But-
is it, like, time
for
to stop
4
them?
years.
Yeah, so shouldn't we have done something sooner?
Yeah, I thought that's what I thought we did something about that.
You did a little bit.
Yeah, we did a little bit.
I told you I would have to call on you again for the coming darkness, and the darkness is definitely on its way.
So, like, why are we here? What can we do now?
As I said before.
And he coughs really hard.
It's a very effeminate cough. You should get that looked at.
Did you say effeminate?
Yeah.
Thanks, Wilson. I am female. I'm trying.
She's doing a great job.
She is.
She really does sound like an old man.
As I've said before, I'm running out of time. My power wanes, and theirs grows. I had you brought here for what I hope would be the last time. You are capable.
And he points to Wilson and Argus.
Oh, so just us two?
No, I mean Copper and Argus. He points to you two, and then he says,
And discreet.
and he points to Spark and Throdo Barkins.
Did you hear that, big guy? We're capable.
We are capable.
Very capable.
Yeah.
I wrote this really well because apparently you are two capable characters and two discrete characters. Crystal, not so much.
Crystal, not so much.
I'm actually glad she's not here. I need you guys. Look.
Oh, and
sit,
girl.
sit, and girl, sit.
No, he
Am
sits
I a good
immediately.
dog?
Sitting.
Yeah, he
Call
sits.
me a good dog.
You're a good girl.
Yay!
I've been sitting this whole time.
bark.
What a good boy you
Bark,
are.
bark.
And he gives you chest scratchies, which is very, very good for big
Love
doggies.
And he says, I need you to find my apprentice by the next full moon.
Shouldn't Bones just do that?
Yeah. He just locks
Bones
the
is
doors.
doing a few other things for me. and
No, I mean, shouldn't Bones just be your apprentice?
It's a terrible idea.
Bones
wouldn't
just
be
kind of shakes his head. He says, absolutely not. Not my thing.
Wait,
Then
is he a
what did-
werewolf?
That are,
What?
Said by the next full moon.
They're
Oh,
right.
no, it's probably some kind of weird moon magic.
I mean, first off, it's kind of symbolism because I am the Sandman. And second off, because I'm sick and I'm dying. What don't you understand
You're gonna
about
die
this?
in
So,
the next full
do
moon?
you
Why
know
are you
where your
dying?
apprentice is?
Yeah, where is he?
We'll go get him.
Uh,
I'm not a
Oh
retriever.
my gosh,
but
no, I
could
didn't think
be.
you'd write the best kind of quest. Is this an escort quest?
an escort quest? I do like my escorts. Wait, dang it, Sana's
Oh, I
getting into
love to
me.
escort people.
oh god, this is turned into Master Roshi.
Shoot. I could be Master Roshi with this.
Okay, so where's the person?
I would say, hold on. Let me finish
What-
my first thought. Thank you. It cannot be just anyone.
And he kind of gestures to Bones.
They need to have a semblance of magic in their blood. They have to be brave of heart and earnest, which mainly for the fact, Bones, you are not.
I don't take any offense to that. It's true.
But they have to be brave and earnest in all of their ways. It has to be a humanoid. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
No.
Your lifespan, like I said last time to the wee Skippy one, your lifespans are too short.
So should we look for an elf then? They live longer.
There are two main requirements. They must be brave of heart and earnest in all of their ways.
Ooh.
Preferably good,
How on earth are we supposed to find that?
And have a little bit of magic.
and they do
Spark,
need to have
spark,
some
spark,
magical
spark, spark,
capability.
Spark,
I'm
spark,
really bad at this voice thing. Oh.
spark.
Rough.
Ooh, that's
No,
good.
I'm actually trying to talk to
Rough.
Spark.
Rough.
Bark.
I like it.
Woof, woof.
No, I'm asking you a question. Do you remember that druid we met last time?
Yeah.
That elf druid. He did some magic and he was really nice.
Yeah, I liked him.
How will we know when we find someone who's earnest in their ways and brave?
You'll know.
He gestures to Copper,
Wise
Very wise.
and cunning.
and he gestures back to you, Frodo. Baggins. Barkins. I'm sorry. This is hard. It's a really hard pun to work with.
Throw
Doe.
baggins.
Barkins.
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 You did what I just did.
Throw the baggins.
No, throw the barkin.
Throw the Barkins.
How do you throw a barkin?
You can't.
throw it.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It has to be a baggin.
You can throw
Okay.
sound. You
But
can
he
throw
begins to
echoes.
cough harshly. He covers his mouth, and it takes him a few moments to catch his
It's a
breath.
technicality.
All of you roll perception checks.
Can I smell it?
You may make a smell check.
Ooh.
Okay.
18.
Wait, we
I got an
rolled
18
twice
smell.
on smell checks?
Yeah, one smell check.
Yes,
zero
you had
twice, zero
advantage as
one.
doggies.
Okay. Oh, my
11.
voices are
22
starting
for
to-
my spell
to
check.
bleed together.
11.
It's really hard to get the.
What
the
was your
voices down.
roll, Ugwin?
15.
Okay. Spark, you're the only one that notices this. You notice that as he slips his hand back down into his lap and he kind of sits back down, there's a small speck of blood visible on the hand.
You're bleeding.
I'm fine.
But you're coughing
You're
Yes.
going to die like they all
and
do.
wheezing. You've evolved to a new state.
I really like the taste of blood. Can I lick that?
What the heck is that?
Okay, wait. So, new person. Guys, Copper looks through all the other dogs. Should we go to like the Elven Embassy? There are a lot of
Why
nice
do you
people
want
there.
to go to the elves so badly?
Because they're nice people. They're good and kind-hearted and have respect for nature and all the awakened doggos.
I
And
like
magic.
the elves too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
elves are good. Also,
go to the
he said.
elves.
Also, he said that they live really. You want to live long, so elves live longer than humans. So he'll be able to be Sleepy Newman, Nap Man.
Fine. We'll go
Bones
to the
comes
elves.
over and he helps lift him up out of a chair and he kind of leads him to his room. He's like, Sandy, you need to rest. So he kind of walks him back into the room, which you can see the room very clearly.
Nice room.
Sandy kind of like has him stop, and we're calling him Sandy now for nickname. He has him stop and he turns and he says,
Bones will help you get situated and figure out what you need for your journey. He has done some reconnaissance and he has an idea of where you need to go.
Spark.
I will let him take over from here for now. If you need anything, talk to him.
so he takes him back and he goes into the room.
Well, we know we won't get any bones.
Oh, no
Bones does come back and
boneless.
so he comes back and he says, all right, I see one of you is, he looks Argus up and down, a little overgeared.
Okay?
I like to carry things.
Okay.
Don't judge me.
That's good.
No judgment here. All right, let's see.
And he takes you guys and he gestures to the door. Again, unless there's anything else you guys wanted to do in the room.
I'm going through.
I want I want it.
Is
so
this going to be another
give it to
3-hour
me.
door sequence?
Oh, yeah. Are we going to get lost through many doors again?
It's possible, but at least we have some time.
He opens the door
No.
and it actually leads into the library.
Is this where we meant to be? No, it's only filled with
He doesn't-
children's bedtime stories.
He does a fist bump up and down like,
Yes, I got it on the first try. It's the way you jiggle the door handle, apparently. Figuring it out still. He should still fix it, though.
You've been here for 4 years and you haven't figured it out?
He won't tell me the combination.
I see why I didn't pick you.
He thinks it's funny.
Door handles are really hard.
Yeah, seeing that you guys don't have thumbs,
I can have thumbs if I wanted to. I just don't.
That's a good point.
I just bark at it till it opens.
Wait, how?
Change into animals.
Okay.
So a dog can't have thumbs, but monkeys do.
So Bones walks through the door and he gestures for you all to come through.
I'll go through.
Copper would follow, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'll go
walk
through.
in.
I come. I follow.
I've been taking a little bit of time and I've been trying to figure out what he means by,
And he puts air quotes around this.
the darkness. I don't really know too much. Didn't really tell me much. I don't know. Doesn't really explain it too well.
Wasn't he talking about the nightmare eaters?
Part of it. But that's not everything. There's something else. And he's been having me go out all over the countryside, finding different things. But I've been doing my own research on it, just so I could have a few more answers.
As you go in, you can all make perception checks.
All right.
10.
21.
Okay.
11. Yeah.
6.
Okay. Throtto is very short dog. Very short.
True.
Smaller than, no, probably about the same size as Crystal, so maybe about 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
No, 1 foot. Less than that.
I'm 12 inches, 11 inches.
Okay,
Yeah,
so less than a foot. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are a very small dog. You can't really see what's on the tables, but you guys, as you walk in,
Well, at the
Argus,
shoulder.
Copper, and Spark, you see all these books kind of strewn about. Their library is a mess. You do see some of like the children's bedtime stories there, but you also see that there are other books that are a bit more
That's new.
detailed and a bit more mature. And as you're looking around, who rolled a 21?
Copper.
Copper. Okay.
Copper did, yeah. Well, technically I did 4 copper.
Okay, Wilson, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, dog can't roll dice.
Yeah. They could. They just pick it up in their mouth and drop it.
Oh, that's ooh,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Ooh.
creative. I like that.
All right. So you hop up on a chair because it gives you the best perception. And you see that on the table, there are these books that mention kind of like the word darkness. I'm going to assume dogs can kind of read. If you can speak common, you can kind of read common. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Sure.
Okay. But you do see like there are these books on the table. Some of them are the children's stories. Some of them mention like nightmares and horror tales. A lot of the word darkness is involved. You also notice that there's a book on the table. Several pages are marked. And as you're looking at it, you see that it's marked as artifacts. And that's one of the books. Another book is another book on artifacts. Like it's like volume 1, volume 2. And one of the books is open to a page where you see a long tube that has several holes in it. And then there's a wider piece at the end with another hole.
Is it a flute?
It would be a musical making instrument.
Hey, Bones, what's this? And Copper would paw the page.
Bones walks over and he kind of like closes the book.
My paw's in the book.
He pushes your paw away. Actually, no, he just closes the book on your paw. He's like, don't worry about it. And he kind of pushes it to the side.
My paw's still in the book. So he pushes the book away with my paw.
He
the
opens
one
it and
that
shakes your paw and
Kidnaps
pushes it to the
children,
side.
though?
What's that?
Just a little bit of research, that's all.
So what kind of research? So I see a lot of artifacts. What are those?
I mean, they're just exactly what it says, artifacts.
What are they?
Ancient items and...
What do they do?
Do you have any?
He kind of puts it up on the shelf and he's just like, okay, listen.
Can I roll to remember what volume and page that was on?
Sure.
Will that be wisdom or perception?
It'd be a wisdom.
The wisdom
Or maybe-
saving throw?
Maybe
or-
intelligence.
Yeah,
I think-
it would be
Okay,
intelligence.
16 for my intelligence saving throw.
Sure, we'll do it that way. That's high enough. You saw that it was volume 5. You didn't necessarily catch the page, but you notice that there are tabations in there that are marking it.
So Bones continues on. He says, the only thing that I found so far was something about 3 witches who made a deal with this guy known as the Fallen. In exchange for their powers and immortality, they had to each give him something. And long story short, a lot of people died, and apparently Sandy and these 2 other guys managed to seal them away. Sandy would not tell me anything, even when I asked, but apparently the other 2 are gone now, according to these books. No clue why, though. And apparently the seal on the witches has maybe been weakening because of that. Sandy believes that at least one of them has escaped.
Which witch?
He doesn't know. I have an idea of which one it could be, but I don't have the information yet. I've been going on reconnaissance missions to kind of find out.
Well, that doesn't matter, does it?
I mean, it can.
But we're not looking for her.
No.
We're looking for
Your job is
the
to
apprentice.
find his apprentice.
So where's he at?
I wouldn't say
Or she?
he or she. That is a good question.
Or it?
It's a humanoid,
Right.
and it could be in it. Anyway, so I think I'm going to be sending you guys to Karn.
Spark, we get to go to meet. Meet.
We're going to
meet,
Karn.
Meet.
Oh, it's a shame that Crystal could be here.
Oh my gosh, Crystal doesn't get to go to meet. Oh my gosh, yes, Clerk Kent. We wanted to go to meet for so long.
I'm excited. Let's
Let's go to meet.
He says, me. I don't understand the.
Hey, look at the map. Do you have a map?
Yeah.
Okay, pull up the map.
Okay.
What is
The town name is
Bones
Meat. Look,
sitting down?
it says
right
Meat.
Look, wait. Look, there's the map. And
It says Meat.
Right. Can you? There. It says meat.
It says Karn.
Nay, carne. That's meat.
Wilson,
Meat.
the man doesn't understand
Oh.
French.
Well, first off,
Is there
it's
chili
Spanish.
Whatever.
Snow. Gosh. Carne. Literally, the town is called Meat, guys. I just want you to know.
now? No, I'm hungry.
Exactly. That's why we want to go to Meat, because they probably have a lot of meat
I'm
there.
sorry.
Think
Does your
so?
dog speak French?
No.
Spanish?
Speak
Spanish.
Oh, same language. Okay.
Basically.
No, it's just they're
They-
both romantic.
They
They
just really
sound-
want to go
They
to
sound the
meet.
same to me.
Yeah, me
They're not.
and
They're very much
Clerk
not.
Ken have been wanting to go to Meat since we knew it was called Meat.
If you guys, you can, if you would like, you could make a religion check or a history check. on what he was telling you guys about.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna
I
happen.
make,
You can do religion or history. You can do both, really.
Yeah, they're both intelligence based though.
and both of mine suck.
Yeah.
So, yep, there. I roll a 3.
6.
Crit fail.
12.
10.
When
I don't know anything about what he said.
Clerk Kent, you can also roll a history check if you would like. What was your roll, Wilson?
I rolled a 3.
I got a 6.
My
that's-
history is 17.
Ooh, I like that for history.
Wait, how's your history of 17?
He rolled. He rolled for it.
That's impressive.
Did you roll for it?
Yeah, I got an 11.
Okay. On religion, Or history. history. And RA, did you roll for it?
It could be either, really.
What'd you get?
10.
Okay. So, Spark, you recall that there's some stories that you've heard told in the village to the young children that are used to scare them into listening to their parents, where it talks about a witch who lived in the woods who would steal the dreams of naughty children and eat their souls. And then you also
the
remember...
last part's important.
And then you remember another story that was told by a traveling merchant that typically directed toward the lustful and unfaithful men, where there would be a beautiful woman who lived by the sea, and her voice and song would draw the moonlighting men to the shore, where she would beguile them and then lead them back to her lair, where she would devour them.
Snow, I just want you to
Holy
know.
cow.
No, can't say it. That's not Wilson wouldn't say that, but I'm just letting you know.
Out of game?
I heard moonlighting. You said the
Yeah.
moonlighting men, and I just imagined mooning. So a bunch of men mooning the ocean.
Moonlighting means they're going out and during
Drink-
nighttime.
I thought they were
Awesome.
drinking.
That's also pop. Anyway.
Moonlighting just refers to going out on the town at night.
Okay.
Anyway.
So you think the person's incarnate?
I think your most likely candidate's going to be Incarnate. I mean, there's nobody in Nuspira that really uses magic besides your master.
What about Brienne?
Brienne?
Yeah.
Bunch of stuck-up elves.
Yeah, but some of them are nice. And I know one that uses magic.
We're not going there. Stop.
Fine. Is there an elvish embassy in
Oh my god, what is your obsession with the elf?
They're very nice people. They've been protecting awakened animals this whole time.
Are you scared?
I really like the elves.
The elves are nice.
Yeah.
I mean, no, not that I know of. Not Incarnate.
Oh,
Dang it, you got me saying Carne.
yeah.
Not in Karn.
Not in meat.
Karn is a mining town.
I prefer
Oh.
the pronunciation of carne.
So they must like meat there.
Do they have a lot of meat?
No.
A lot of red meat?
Nuspira has more meat.
Can we go back there?
No.
I'm hungry.
But my master's there.
Can you
My
feed me?
master's very nice.
Your name is Bones, but you don't taste like bones.
Why are you
And I just
biting?
kind of
he-
lick his hand.
He has no bones.
Oh, I was about to say, why are you biting my ankle?
No. Oh, I can't reach your hand. I'm licking your ankle.
Barkins, it's because he has no bones.
Pet me, human.
Oh my god, it's another crystal.
I don't think anyone could be on that level.
Sorry.
She's already there.
All right. So
She's
Bones
not summoning
basically says-
demons.
that he does say, however, that the presence of those creatures from last time was definitely a sign that something has changed, that something is getting out or has broken loose, and that he has been researching the history of these 6 figures and attempting to find the location of each of the witches' seals, which is not mentioned in any of the texts, and that Sandy won't really tell him where they are. He does believe, and one of the reasons he says, I'm not going to send you to Brienne because I believe that one of the seals is located somewhere in Brienne.
Okay.
That's why you're not sending us there?
I don't want to put
Do
you
we
guys
need
in
to go
danger
there?
right now, unless like
right
really-
now.
Right now, we'll do it
I
later.
really like
Anyways.
danger.
So we just need to find a nice, decent magic person in meat.
That's basically what he's asking for. Yes.
Okay.
How are we going to find somebody in meat?
We eat the meat, and if
I'm
we eat
pawing
a
at
person,
his
we
leg.
spit it back up.
Because I want his attention.
Wouldn't that hurt them?
Not
Yes.
if they're magic.
Oh.
What is it, Throdo?
How do we
Okay,
get
good
there?
point.
Yeah.
Are you going to walk through a door?
I'm gonna send you through a portal. You guys, if you want, I can put you right in the middle of the village, or I can
do
put you
we-
like outside. Not in the
Probably
middle, but-
outside. Probably not in
Yeah.
the middle. That'd be
Okay.
suspicious.
All right, sounds good to me.
Bark,
I'm
bark. I'm a
wise.
normal dog. Bark.
And he says,
Well, I guess I should get you guys outfitted.
and he starts to go back through one of the doors, and he stops. He's like,
Oh, please let this work.
and he fiddles with the handle.
Does he do it? Does this use magic device sign off?
No.
All right. Okay. It takes 2 tries, and he finally gets you guys through into a small room that you guys haven't been in before, but
Oh.
it looks kind of like an experimenting room. Not quite like an alchemy lab, but more along the lines of just an enchanting table, a small forge. Okay. So he walks through and he says,
All right. So I've got a few things here that he wanted me to give you. Let's see.
and he lays out, as he goes into like this chest, he starts to lay out pieces from this chest. You do see that there are 3 days of rations for each of you.
Nice.
He puts down a wand that's like smells like oak. He puts down a candle, he puts down a die, and he puts out 6 different collars.
Are they different colors?
They are of different colors.
Is
and he
anything
said-
glowing?
He also puts out I know you don't have a weapon, so he puts down a dagger. He also puts down a round disc, and he then puts down, I would say handcuffs, but you guys can't use them. Dang it, that was going to be funny.
Paw
Okay.
cuffs.
Paw cuffs. He puts down some paw cuffs. No. He puts down an anklet, or like an anklet or a bracelet. And he says, so take your pick.
What do they do?
I rush to the disc, immediately grab it. It's fine.
So you pick up a throwing disc. When you pick it up, it lights up in your mouth and it flashes like 3 different colors, blue, red, and green. And you like toss it up in the air, I guess, maybe once or twice, and it comes right back to you. Flies. You have a throwing disc. It does a D4 damage, and it's a finesse weapon
Nice.
for throwing.
Ooh, can it hit twice? Like it
And it
hits
also,
You said D6?
you can also use it
D4.
as a shield.
Oh,
D4.
D4.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
can use it as a shield.
but you pick it up to throw it with your mouth. So you have to like fling your body around to do it.
What do the colors do?
He
It's a
points
secret.
to a first group of 4, which is like several different colors, but he points to 4 of them and he says,
Well, these ones are interesting because Sandy thought that you guys might want to go incognito since awakened dogs and animals in general aren't really well liked yet by the normal humans. But what they do is when you put them on, you can activate this at will. You can look like a human. You're still a dog, but you'll look like a human. The only thing that really might break it would be if somebody touches you.
and basically you would be rolling a concentration check to maintain the illusion, but you feel human, you smell human, and you look human if somebody touches you. But in situations of high duress, you're going to probably roll a disadvantage, etc. So anytime you touch something or somebody that you weren't really focused on, you'd have to roll a concentration check to maintain it.
But you can turn it on at will. So, it would allow you to walk around freely in the city. You just have to act like humans. So no sniffing other people's butts.
That will be hard.
Oh, he also puts down a key and a piece of chalk, too. But then he looks at the other collars and he pulls the other 2 out. And he says,
We didn't have enough of these, but these 2, you can only wear 1 collar at a time. And once you put this on, you're going to have somebody else take it off. But these 2 would allow you to use mage hand at will around your body about 5 feet. So it'd almost be like having hands, but you wouldn't be able to stay invisible. Oh, and also he puts up the other collar and he says this would act a little bit like armor, like it shields you.
Oh, I want that one.
I've already got armor.
I want that one.
Okay. So, Frodo Barkins, you get a red collar.
I'll take one of those 2.
And you get a green collar. It's going to give you...
I do.
Yes, you get green.
Yes.
It also gives you a +1 to your wisdom saves.
Nice.
It acts as light leather armor, and you have the illusion of being a human.
Oh, wait, what did the die do?
The die is a charlatan's die. It, when you roll it, it rolls whatever number you want. The portal, the chalk is a portal key. Basically, it's a portal. You draw a door and it turns into a portal. It only has 1-time use.
What about the wand?
The wand is an imbued focused wand. It gives you +1 to lightning and thunder damage.
Can anyone use that?
Is there anything else?
Trying to remember what else there was.
There is a candle.
What's that do?
A candle of the deep. It stays lit even underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Anything else? What else was there?
A mystery key.
We don't know.
It has a
what that
question
does.
mark on it.
Nice.
The key is a question mark.
treasure.
I'll take the key.
No.
The key will unlock any one chest, door, box.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
Mm,
Which collar are you going to take?
The human disguise one.
Okay.
They're all human disguise
Nope.
ones. No?
no.
No.
Only the ones that.
Only the one that gives you the human disguise, gives you the armor
Wait.
and the wisdom save edition. And the other one is one that gives you the ability to use mage hand at will, but basically you only have mage hand around 5 feet of your body. So basically like a human,
So,
but you can only wear 1 collar at a time.
Okay, so I can't wear the collar I already have on?
Correct.
Correct.
My master gave that to me. It's special. There's a little carved wooden soldier on it. I can't not wear that.
Claire Kent, which collar would you like?
I'll go with the disguise one.
Okay, so all 4 of you wearing disguise collars. Argus, yours is white. Spark, yours is yellow. Do you want blue instead?
yeah, I feel like that contrasts better.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
Can mine be black instead of red? So I'm a rogue.
can they be any
Sure.
color we want at
Yes.
will?
Thanks.
Sure. I'll let them be whatever color you want at will, but you can only pick the color one. Actually, no. You can only pick the color the first time.
It's green. It's a nice deep forest green.
I'll stick with blue.
Blends the same color as my fur. Blends really well.
So no, I'm trying to think.
Yes.
So we lost the key. The Whizbee's gone.
Well, he's got the key.
You have the key and you have the Whizbee, which means I can't pick either of those. So that leaves the candle and the die
And the wand.
and the
And
wand.
the anklet.
Don't forget, these
Oh,
are things.
what's the anklet do?
It's a very special anklet. It's returning from last season.
What does it do?
I'll take it just for the sense of nostalgia.
What
does it do?
You make an Arcana check on it.
Hey, Bones, what the anklet do?
What? Where did that come from?
18 snow? Do I know?
No.
With an 18?
It looks like a regular, really, really pretty anklet. It's silver. It smells nice. It smells like warmth.
I
What does
like
my
warm.
whiskey
Nice
do?
pets.
I'll take it. Arn.
Okay.
How do I put this on?
All right. So Bones goes around to each of you and he puts the collars on.
Where do I wear an anklet?
Technically, it would go.
Put it situate around my paw?
Can I move my little wooden soldier over to the new collar? It's kind of like my
If you
name
ask
tag.
Bones, he'll do it for you.
Bones, do that, please.
Do what?
Can you move over my little wooden soldier onto my new collar?
Sure, why didn't you just say that in the first place?
So he
It's a
does. He moves it
touchy
over for you.
subject.
Okay. So he puts on all of your collars for you.
Where do we fasten the anklet?
He puts it basically underneath of the collar,
Okay.
and you guys can turn on your human forms at will. Okay. Do you want me to describe what you guys would look like? Would that make it easier for you?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So Copper is now at approximately 5'3". Make him still about a little small. Copper is a 5'3" human with scruffy brown short hair
Mm-hmm.
that's like almost like cropped, like a military cut,
Yes.
and he has a goatee,
Oh, nice.
and he has a little tiny like patch, like you know how his fur already has like those dark patches.
Mhm.
He's kind of got that pattern in his hair too.
Mm.
Not the patches, but like the dark in the hair, and he's like pale skinned with green eyes. And you see where on your body would the collar be?
Would it be like a necklace or something?
It could be a necklace, but you can also decide where it would be on the human body.
Trying to think.
You can make it a choker if you want.
Sure.
Okay, he's also wearing a choker, and with the green choker, and each of the collars has a little half moon symbol on it, by the way.
Well, actually, wait, no. It would. Could I make it so that one is on one wrist and that the silver anklet thingy's on the other wrist?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Which wrist is it on?
The collar's on the left wrist and the anklet's on the right wrist.
Okay. So R.A. Throdo is a dark-skinned. We'll say, how old is your dog? 2 years?
4, but yeah, 2 works too.
But no, how old is your dog?
4.
Okay, your dog is 4. Thank you. Okay, so your dog is a dark-skinned,
Like a drought?
like a black
Like a dark-
personality.
But I
Like
wanna
an
be a dark
African
elf.
American. You can be a very dark African American.
Yeah. I want to look like a shadow.
So you are a very dark-skinned, frail-framed woman with very dark hair. It's kind of like dreads almost. Kind of like what's her face's sister in Black Panther. Black Panther's sister.
Ooh, she does it. She's pretty. I
Yeah,
like her.
you kind of look like her.
Okay.
A little bit shorter though.
Totally fine with that.
Okay. And your collar would be, where would you want it? You can actually make it like a circlet on your head. You could make
Well, it
it
has
a
a
choker.
little wooden thing hanging from it. Probably want it around my neck.
Like a necklace.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's also around your neck, kind of like a choker,
Mhm.
with the little wooden soldier on it and the crescent moon shape. All right. Argist for Ugwin.
Yeah.
All right. You are a big burly man. You look kind of Russian.
Okay.
You kind of don't look like you would fit through the door. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
So people are going to probably look at you a little funny, but you are bald. You have a tattoo kind of like in the shape pattern of your dog's patches on his body. But it kind of looks like a star on the center, I guess. Because that's kind of like how the pattern, like it goes on the neck, you know, like how it forms around the neck and around the body.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a star.
Sure.
It's a really bad description of it. I'm sorry. Okay, you kind of have like a star on your chest, basically, and a few like other markings on your body, like other tattoos that you can describe however you wish.
Let's
Does he have if he's bald, does he have like a big scruffy white gray beard or something?
Yes, he
too?
does.
Okay.
You do. You kind of look like.
I don't know what kind of tattoos I'd even.
You know what I'm imagining right now?
Please tell me you're imagining
You can have
exactly what I'm looking at.
the creative
What are you
freedom
looking
there.
at?
My cat's bothering me. Sorry.
Oh, so it was a cat. You could have like a fish. I don't know. But you're wearing like a wife beater shirt, like just a sailor's shirt, like very cut. You're almost bursting out of your own clothes,
Okay.
appearance-wise. And you can all see, like, the appearance, but you can actually see also through the illusions. So if you look down from where the people are standing, you can see yourselves. But if you're just looking at each other, you can see the humanoid part.
Do
and
we
it looks
look
really
in
weird.
like a mirror?
You can look in a mirror.
Guys, we're under attack. Look, bark,
All right.
bark. Look.
And for Spark, you get generic dad syndrome. You get generic dad syndrome. Like, if back in medieval times they had loafers, you'd be wearing loafers and Birkenstocks. Like, your pants.
Birkenstock. Is that like a sock?
So
Type of sock?
loafers and Birkenstocks. Does he have like suspenders and like a fanny pack?
No fanny pack.
Oh, dang.
But his clothes are a little bit looser on him.
Nice.
He looks really laid back. A little bit of a beer belly going there.
Nice.
Does
Does he
maybe
have like a
there's some
sun visor on?
They didn't exist then,
Dang.
but he definitely has like a farmer's cap on.
Nice.
You guys all look great. Bones kind of just hides a laugh, and he's like, y'all look really good there."
Wait, how can he have loafers and Birkenstocks? Birkenstocks are a shoe.
Are they?
I think Birkenstocks
Yeah,
would be
just
better.
look it up.
Okay, fine. He's gonna have like Birkenstock styled shoes. Like he's gonna look like dad. No, he needs the sneakers. He needs white sneakers. They didn't
Nah.
exist.
Am I
They
wearing
didn't
lederhosen?
exist.
I'll give him white loafers.
Okay.
All right, you got white loafers.
Oh god,
Don't scuff them. All right.
medieval balance.
All right. So, as you guys finish up, and you now look like humans as dogs, which you're going to have to figure out how to maneuver in society as humans as dogs, since you still don't have hands or opposable thumbs. Good luck opening doors. Bones, let's see if he can get through the door. So for the next hour, you guys are walking through the door.
Hey, Bones.
I,
I'd offer to get the door for you, but I don't have hands.
guys, I'm sorry. This is going to take a while. So after an hour, you guys do reach outside, and he looks exhausted. Y'all a little sweaty because you've been walking for a while. You ended up walking through a desert at one point.
Is that where he keeps all his sand?
Actually,
just
that's where he gets a
Fall
fresh supply.
unconscious?
Hmm?
Do we just fall unconscious? It's like sleep sand.
It's a desert.
Right.
No,
But-
the Sandman
but
makes
that's
it
where
magical.
he
He
gets
makes
his
it
sand.
He makes
Oh.
it magical. He has to enchant it.
That's
This
no
is
fun.
the desert. As you're walking to the desert is an infinite supply of sand, and so
Would
is
it
the
make
ocean.
more?
But yeah, that's how he makes more. All right. After an hour, you guys are brought back outside, a little sweaty, a little. Finally, he starts to walk back down the path that you guys came from, and you actually notice now that there was like this archway there.
But there before?
Yeah. Didn't really have the time to look back. But he goes over to the side and you see him like start pressing some buttons on it and like almost like he's programming something. And the portal opens back up. And he says, "All right, guys, if you have any more questions, ask him now before I send you through."
What are we doing again?
Looking for the Sandman's apprentice. He has to be brave and kind and
What are we gonna
diligent
get for
and has
doing
to be
this?
slightly magical.
Okay.
We get the world not dying.
Okay.
Also, we can probably keep our cool stuff.
Ooh, okay.
You
I'm in.
can keep the cool stuff.
We can keep the cool stuff.
What
This
if we
cool
fail?
stuff will be super
Then the world
useful later.
dies.
I
But
like
can we
what he-
keep the cool stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
Nobody would be able to take it back, so
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
What if someone succeeds, but it's not us?
nobody else is doing it, so they can't.
What if we get more people to help us?
Yeah, and then we just kind of leave. Can we still keep the
Well,
stuff?
As long as the job gets
That's
done.
not my decision. I was told only to bring you.
Okay,
Hmm.
cool. So technically we're off the chain.
Yeah.
Shut up.
We're off leash dogs.
He says, "When you guys find this person, you have 2 weeks.
Wait, do we? Oh, someone should have grabbed the
The
chalk.
next full moon is in 2 weeks on the day of Luxeria."
Wait, we have to bring them back here?
Yes.
Did anyone grab the chalk?
He looks and he says, "I'll open up the portal for you when the 2 weeks is up. At this time, in two weeks from now, I will open back up the portal.
Okay. What if we get done, like, before?
You'll have to wait out the time."
That could be potentially dangerous, but okay.
But we could just eat food, like, the whole time.
We could just stay and meet and eat the whole town.
Yes, let's do that.
Including the people, because they're made of
They
meat.
are meat.
Guys, please don't do anything crazy. There are already struggling animals out there like yourselves. If they discover awakened animals like yourselves eating people,
Right?
just imagine what that will do to the other awakened animals who are already being slaughtered.
Well, if they're already being slaughtered,
We're
there's not
trying
much we
to
can
stop
do about
that.
it.
Wait, wouldn't that be subduing the threat?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just go through.
Karn is a peaceful village. Try not to go too crazy.
Do they harm animals?
Yeah. Do they eat animals?
Just like you guys
Maybe it's time
probably
we
eat
rose
the
up and ate
chicken,
them.
eggs, and everything like that. Probably.
Do they harm?
We don't
I'm a
eat
vegan.
chicken eggs
Well,
or
who cares about
dogs.
chickens?
We eat the chickens.
Do
I'm
they
not-
harm dogs?
What?
I'm actually a vegan, but that's besides the point.
I'm not.
You
That-
can't survive as a vegan dog.
You're
You'd be
a
dead.
vegan. What?
Then why do you want to go eat meat and meat?
Dogs can't be vegan. I'm just letting
you're,
you know.
You're not vegan.
You're an omnivore.
You're not
You've been
allowed to
talking
be
about
vegan.
meat for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm trying a new diet, okay?
No.
You can't.
You look fine.
Thanks, man.
All right.
I mean, you could.
Do you
lose
guys
a
need
few
anything
pounds,
else?
but
Or are you good?
I think we're good.
If you know the exact person and where to find him, that would help out a lot.
I don't know. You're dogs. You should be able to tell the good in people.
What? Why?
Do we get like a bonus to insight checks on people?
I gave you
can we,
a
like,
bonus to your
see
wisdom
into their souls
already.
or something.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, is it to the actual wisdom score?
Yes. Can we
Oh.
smell
I give you a
into
plus
their
1 to
souls?
your wisdom score.
That's really high.
A plus 1 to wisdom.
Cool.
That's what that means.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Do you guys? Why are you still standing here? Are you
can
good?
we walk through the portal now?
You could have walked through the portal like an hour ago.
I go through the portal.
Okay, I go through the portal.
Yeah.
Me too.
I go through.
Wait,
All right.
Where are we?
So, you guys walk through the portal. The
Into-
freshness of spring is gone. And you are now
Okay.
greeted again by cold winter. And you guys wanted to be outside of the village, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The sun is beginning to set as you feel the breathless whir of the portal come to an end. Lanterns dot around the village like fireflies, and you hear the chatter of people walking along a snow-trodden path. And that is where we will end this session.
Woo.
Yay!
Why did they have
Go
to
team.
be like fireflies?
Cliffhanger.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Odd Doggies. If you've enjoyed the episode, please consider leaving us a review on iTunes or on Podchaser or wherever you are listening to the podcast, if you're able. And also consider sharing us with your friends, your family, your dog. Since we are playing a Doggies adventure, maybe they'll enjoy it. I don't know. But thank you to our very special guest, Justin from Lit Gaming Arena. Take it away, Justin.
Hey guys, coming from Lit Gaming Arena and happy to be part of this again. I've been looking forward to it ever since the last episode stopped. So it's going to be some fun episodes. If you want to hear more from me, you can check us out on litgamingarena.com, where we do a video game podcast with all the things video games, and it's very, very long. It's a long podcast. If you like long podcasts, which I'm sure you do, if you're listening to this one, it's right up your alley, but just in video games instead of role playing. So go check that out. That'd be awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.